Hey guys, I want to talk to you a little bit today about a really small piece of advice that you can apply in your lives to prevent stress or avoid unnecessary worry or avoid unnecessary altercations, maybe even with people. What I'm talking about is something you probably already know, we all probably know, but we oftentimes forget to do in everything that happens to us in our lives. But it's this basic concept of getting all the data first. And I want to talk a little bit about what I mean by that. A lot of times when we deal with a particular situation, we just get a little small piece of data, let's say. Now, only having this one small piece of data may or may not, oftentimes not, yield you the entire picture of what's all going on with that situation. So you just get this, you see this really small head or tip of the iceberg a lot of times. And then from that point, your mind goes into speculation mode and worry mode, and it starts to think up all these different possibilities that could be as a result of this case of this only one small piece of data that you've received. So I mean, once again, you think about the process that ensues in your brain. I mean, your brain can start racing a mile a minute and creating all these things that have not even happened yet, and that oftentimes will lead way to worries and stresses and all this kind of stuff. And it's even bad too. A lot of times we get this small tip of the iceberg, just one minute piece of data, and we convince ourselves that something's going on there, and we go to another person and we maybe launch an attack on them, let's say, or we jump down their throats, or we make a big situation or a big scene about something solely based on this one small piece of data. Now, this is the big important piece here, and the lesson for the day is just that you have to get good at exercising a high level of discipline in these situations, where you have to discipline your mind to not allow yourself to go through that whole mental roller coaster of the what ifs only by having that one small piece of data. And you certainly need to have the discipline to not start launching attacks on your peers and your people around you, or whoever you're dealing with in whatever situation in life. Discipline to not do that, until you've got all the data and you've got a full understanding of the whole complete picture. Then and only then can you formulate a plan of action that should ensue thereafter. So okay, maybe there is something to worry about, and if you've got all the data and there is legitimately something to worry about, then okay, you might spend a little bit of mental time doing just that. And the same thing if you've got some real legitimate reason to go after somebody or strike back or defend yourself, or launch an offensive on them, let's say, that's okay. That's fine if you've got the whole complete picture of what's all going on there. But oftentimes we all do this. We take action without getting the full concept of everything that's occurring with a given situation. So we have not got all the data quite yet, and we go through these things. We do these things. It's not an efficient way to go through life. It's not a very, let's say, I don't know. I don't think it's a stand-up way to go through life, or a way of going through life with integrity. Let's say when you're just kind of shooting from the hip and you're shooting in the blind, at different things, or like we said, you're just going round and round in your mind for no particular reason. That's just going to drive you nuts and waste your time and your mental and emotional energies and all this kind of stuff. So, as I said, just what I've already said a few times before, you have to learn to exercise that discipline to get all the data first before you take any sort of action. So, hope that makes sense to you. Hope you're having a wonderful day today. I'll talk to you soon.